Amazon fired 16,000 engineers. Then their AI shipped code nobody could read. Code is live at every app you use. Tests pass. Logs look clean. No human can say why it ships what it ships. If you lead code, this risk lands on you. It hits audits. It breaks uptime. It burns trust with buyers. By the end, you'll know 3 moves that stop it. Moves you can start this week. At your team, today. The industry has a name for it: dark code. Dark code is not bugs. Bugs come from mistakes. Dark code is not tech debt. Debt comes from shortcuts you chose on purpose. Dark code has no author you can ask. An AI wrote it. Tests passed, it shipped. Nobody stopped to trace it. That step got skipped. It runs a piece of your product right now. It will run more of it next week. Your name is on the deploy, not the AI's. Most folks frame this wrong. Some call it a bug risk. Some call it a code smell. Both miss the shape. Dark code is a gap in how your team works. It shows up as audit risk. It shows up as a legal bill. It shows up as a page at 3 a.m. The bar for your job has moved. You need to move too. Today, not next month. Here's why. You think dark code is bad now? Wait a year. The volume grows 10 times bigger, and the clock is ticking. 2 forces smash together. One is the code. When the AI writes it, your hands never shape the flow. The shape lands in your repo as a block. You used to read as you typed. You traced each line in your head. That step is gone. The AI types. You get a diff. You scan it. You hit approve. The code you never read is now yours. Your name, your deploy. Unless you force the reading back. The second force is speed. Every trillion-dollar bet on AI is a bet on velocity. Ship fast, ship more. Now pair that with AI code. Reading falls off writing. Each time you type "make this" in a tool and a new feature pops out, a fresh slice of dark code lands in your repo. Times every engineer. Times every PM who learned to prompt. Times every week. That pile is your new blast zone. Bugs, outages, audits, all in it. Teams reach for 3 fixes. All 3 miss. I'll name them one by one. First fix. Observability. Wire up every service. Watch every metric. Telemetry matters. You need it. But watching is not the same as reading. You see dark code break in real time. You get clean graphs. The graphs can't tell you what the code meant to do. The code stays dark. You only learn where it hurts, and when a page alerts at 3 in the morning, the on-call has to guess at the intent behind a block of AI-written code. That guess has to be right. It rarely is. Second fix, harness the agent, build a tight pipeline, add guardrails, wrap it in evals. Any team shipping with agents in 2026 needs this. Pipelines are a must-have, but piling shells around the agent does not explain what the agent sent out. When a break hits prod, you now have more pieces to debug. The core code stays unread. You add layers, you add retries, you add checks. You do not add reading. Dark code slips past each new layer. It waits for your next page. Third fix. Accept dark code. Ship and hope. Factory.ai is the known case. Their bet is fierce testing and eval discipline stand in for reading the code. That is a real thesis. Most teams copy the post without the discipline. Marketing ships a page, PM ships a prototype, engineering ships a service. Each one used AI to get there. No one owns the whole stack. Shared authorship is a strength. Shared blind spots are a trap, and you won't see the trap until it snaps shut on a bad Monday. Some teams ban AI coding across the board. Engineers only. They land in a new kind of trouble. They can't ship fast enough to win. The answer is not stop. The answer is new accountability when anyone on your team can code. You need rules that keep the speed and bring back the reading. Read on. I'll show you 3 that work. Here's the weird part. As models grow, skipping the read feels safe. The AI sounds sure. You stop checking, but a bigger model still gets it wrong at times. You can't see when it slips. You can't feel the miss. That's the trap. A sure wrong call costs more than a shaky right one. Big time. Look at how the AI native labs handle it. Anthropic, OpenAI, a few others. They do not pick one lever, they stack all of them. Hard evals, deep telemetry, strong agent pipelines, and the piece people missed, their engineers still read every pull request by hand. A human has to grasp what ships. The AI writes more of the code than ever. The bar for reading went up, not down. They hire for the reading skill. They train for it. They measure it. That's the pattern worth copying. The industry goes the other way. Each round of layoffs runs the same play. Fewer people, more AI-built code. Less time to read it. The dark code pile grows, and this is not an engineering puzzle. SOC 2 audits, encryption at rest. Data handling, dark code touches each one. When the board asks, someone needs a real answer, a fast one. From a single name, not a group. If dark code is an org problem, the fix is an org fix. 3 layers, I'll walk each one. Layer 1. Force reading before the code lands. Not heavy process, not 16 forms. Write down what you build, in plain words. A stranger could read it, that's the rule. Spec first. The bonus is huge. The spec turns into the eval. What you wrote to grasp the task is what the agent has to pass. Reading and testing in one step. You save the time you now spend guessing. Amazon paid the tuition. After the December outage, they rebuilt their coding tool, Kiro. The new version leads with spec-first flow. Prompt to requirements. Requirements to tasks. Tasks to code. Every step is read by a human before the next one fires. When the team that felt the pain hardest bakes the fix into the product, the signal is loud, and then copy it before you need to pay your own tuition. Layer 2. Make your system self-describing. Not an agent reporting on itself, I told you that fails. I mean structural. Context engineering is the real name for it. You shape the code base so reading lives in the code. Here's one small piece. 3 parts. Structural context answers where. Each module gets a short file. It lists what the module owns, what it leans on, what leans on it. Semantic context answers what. When an AI reads an interface, it needs the rules of use. Not the shape of the data, retry rules. Fail modes, speed limits. Think of an API contract, but for every part of the system. Write it once. New code slots in clean. No guessing. Layer 3, the comprehension gate. Put a filter in front of every code review. It asks the questions a senior engineer would ask anyway. Why this dependency? Why cache here? How does this split concerns? What breaks if it runs slow? An AI can run the filter. It can flag gaps. It can feed the gaps back into the evils. The next batch of code comes out sharper. This is the flywheel. Reading and speed in the same loop. It's the dream, and it's close. Wire up all 3 layers and your team ships faster, not slower. This is not a security team problem. It is not an observability team problem. It is not a platform team problem. If you ship software, you own a piece of it. If you lead an engineering org, stop opening meetings with "How's our telemetry?" That's table stakes. Open with a harder question. Do we have a way to make dark code legible? If not, you're driving with the headlights off. You will hit something you didn't see coming. And you won't have a story for the board when you do. Founders, same story. Speed-only advice got you to market. Good. But the trap is shipping a pitch deck held up by dark code. Buyers notice, vendors notice. Enterprise prospects ask sharper questions each quarter. The fast path to stand out in 20,000s. 26 is to know your code. Know every line that ships. Explain your trade-offs. Stay open about what you don't know yet. Trust grows from there. Money follows trust. If you buy software, put dark code on your vendor review. Ask 3 questions. How do you handle it? Who reads what ships? How is reading enforced? If they dodge any one of the 3, you have the answer you need. Walk away or get it in writing. Don't settle for a smile and a wave. Juniors, this is your edge. Build a comprehension skill this week. Wire it into your review flow. You'll spot things principals miss. They're drowning in volume. You're not. Show up with the questions already surfaced. Show up with the gaps already flagged. Show up with the risks already ranked. That's how you skip 5 years of ladder climbing. One skill, 1 week. Big shift. Seniors and principals, I know. Reading by hand is muscle memory. Letting AI help feels risky. It is an adjustment. The PR volume is not coming back down. You need lenses on the code. Filters that help you see more. Filters that help you read faster. Filters that never hand off ownership. The other path is autofix is sliding past your review because time ran out. The AI merges, your name is on the PR. Don't be that person. Tool up before your volume gets worse. No one is slowing down. We crossed that river. AI speeds us up. Most orgs still move too slow. Going fast creates a new kind of reading problem. The old answer was human-only review. That way is cracking. Dark code is one sign of the crack. Don't tolerate it. It's a choice. Choose to fight. Here's the piece most people miss. The best teams ship more and read more. They don't pick one. Next video, here's the real drop. I break down how one spec turns into a live eval you can ship. Subscribe so you don't miss it. In the comments, tell me where dark code hurts you right now. I read every reply. I flag the patterns worth a deeper dive. This week, try it. Write one spec, build one check, chip at the pile. Go build code you can still read.